हेलो आ रहा सर आ रहा हेलो 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 ऑन में माइक फिर यार ना आ रहा म्यूट करो
Powerful weapon that can change the world. A very pleasant morning to everyone present over here. Now, I would like to welcome the dignitaries onto the dais. Now, I would like to call upon Vice Principal and Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu onto the dais. Now, I would like to call Dr. C.V.Narsimhulu Garu, Principal of Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology, onto the dais. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Syed Mehdi Garu, Dean FDP of Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology, onto the dais. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Mahesh Shinde Garu, Fellow CNG IMechE Automotive Division Chair, GM Head, Indoor Testing Tata Motors, Pune, India. I welcome you, sir, for the session. Now, I would like to call upon the other dynamic lady, Mrs. Manasi Mone, Associate Member, IMechE West Zone Chair, DGM Indoor Testing Tata Motors, Pune, India. I welcome you, ma'am, for the session. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Mohammed Amin Sheikh Garu, Associate Member of IMechE and Young Member, Chair, India. I welcome you, sir, for this session. Now, I would like to call Dr. J. Sashikiran Garu, Dean, first year, onto the dais. Now, I would like to call Mr. R. Suman, sir, Associate Head of Mechanical Engineering Department, onto the dais. A very pleasant morning to one and all. Now, I take this opportunity and would like to brief about our college. Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology conferred autonomous for 10 years from the academic year 2020-21 to 2030-2031. Awarded A grade by NAC, accredited by NBA, certified by ISO, consistently ranked among the top engineering institutions by Times of India, Outlook Magazine, DataQuest, Lokmat, Competition Success Review. More than 290 plus faculties across the various fields of engineering and sciences are currently working in Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology. 30 plus PhD qualified staff and 34 faculties are currently pursuing PhDs from various universities. Started in the year 2003, aims to impart education through all-round practical approach to create well-qualified and industry-ready engineers. We strive to inculcate innovative thinking and entrepreneurship skills in the students and thereby to cater our needs of our changing industry. From the humble beginning, with the strength of 180 students in the year 2003, Lords today has more than 3,000 plus pursuing various programs that includes BE, ME, and MBA. The student body represents more than 20 states of India and 15 plus nationalities from across Africa and Asia. The quality of learning that happens at Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology has always been the focus of the administration. In order to ensure top quality in all aspects, the institution has always put in its best efforts for giving maximum benefits to the students. Our college students have been placed in various companies: Zaro, Byju's, TCS, LVS Technologies, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra, Broadbridge, and Wipro. Now, I would like to introduce the chief guest of our program today, Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu, Vice Principal, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu has vast experience, 25 years. He has published 2 patents. He has also published 2 books on fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines and engineering mechanics. He received grants from AICT from research projects. He has published 23 papers in national and international journals. Also attended 24 workshops and seminars. His areas of interest are advanced ice engines, alternative fuels, friction site welding. Now, may I request Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu to speak few words.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning to one and all dignitaries on the dais of the dais. Today, we are organizing a seminar on recent trends in automotive technologies in association with IMechE student chapter. As everyone knows that we are associated with IMechE for the past 2 years. Now in this connection, last September also we have conducted a webinar on the recent trends. Today also this is the second series of that particular in association with the IMechE. As we know that our automotive industries are transforming, it is changing drastically. Lot of innovations are coming. Whatever the imagination you are having, it is going to be implemented. We never thought of 10-15 years back, a machine, self-driven machine also can be built, but it is happening. We never thought of running on the electrical vehicles. It is transforming. So we are studying the AICT curriculum, basic, whatever the 20 years back, 25 years back, the same it is continuing. But the industries are transforming like anything. And Upcoming, within 5 to 10 years, the industry will be more advanced what you are learning. To fill this gap, believe me, these sessions are very much important. Because anyhow, we are giving you the academic syllabus which we are completing it. But whatever the transformation is taking place in the industries, that bridge will be fulfilling by these particular seminars. I thanks Sir Mahesh sir for coming and giving up these automotive lectures, ma'am, and Amin Sheikh sir also for enlightening us. Believe me, these sessions are going to very helpful to you. These 2-3 hours, whatever the sessions are coming up is very important. Try to extract more out of it. Whatever the JNTU, Usmania, AICT model, we are covering it here. Industries are this, peoples are here. Make use of it and try to extract more and make these sessions are very useful. And believe me, this is a very informative sessions are going ahead. And each and every one, please note each and every line what the sir are going to deliver. Make sure it. Every students, don't listen. Just make a note also of that, which will be very much useful for your in future. While you are be out of this college, it will be easily you will be getting the job opportunities. Thank you once again giving this. Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs. Now, I would like to introduce the other chief guest of today's event, Dr. C.V.Narsimhulu, Principal of LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology, a passionate professor and impeccable administrator, has a vast experience over 24 years in teaching, research, and institutional development. He has published patents, has been supervising 4 research scholars of JNTUK, authored several textbooks, and published more than 40 papers in referred international journals and conferences. As the principal of LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology, he envisions the importance of engineering education, wherein the students learn, apply, and develop innovative solutions to the products that solve the problems of society. He believes that LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology disseminates the quality education that is affordable to the younger generation and nurture them by providing the conceptual knowledge, employability skills, along with the human values and positive attitude. The LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology has received many accolades over the years in academics, placements, and extracurricular activities. This has become possible only due to continued patriotism of the magnificent management, state-of-the-art infrastructure, unadering the efforts of its experienced, qualified faculty and staff members, and worthy contribution of its dedicated students and the alumni. With a holistic perspective, he is determined to take LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology to higher levels of excellence in engineering education. It is a strong belief that for any brain, it is essential to have 5 P's: placements, publications, projects, participants, patents, and participative management that are manifested in this institution. LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology welcomes the building technocrats who are groomed as the responsible citizens on whose shoulders lies the honors of the building a bright future of our nation. Now, may I request Dr. C.V.Narsimhulu, Principal of LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology, to speak few words. I welcome you, sir, for the
Associate Head Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Suman, and the faculty members of the Mechanical Engineering Department and students of Mechanical Engineering Department. At the outset, let me congratulate all of you for inaugurating IMechE Professional Society in Mechanical Engineering Department of LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology. So there is no doubt that in our college, as Simhana Devi, assistant professor, was mentioning in her comparing address, that the college has elevated to such a height So nevertheless, we are also good at involving in professional society activities. And for your information, we have already 3 professional societies are there in our college, ISTE, IETE, and IEEE also we are going to start the student chapter very soon. And in computer science and allied branches, we have CSI chapter is there. And this will be the 4th one in our college. So I take this opportunity to appreciate the mechanical engineering department, particularly head of the department, for taking IMechE into our engineering students' minds. So you all know that why we need this professional society. See, always you will be taking the lectures or sessions from the teachers here. Whereas if you also involved or a member of a society, not only in this college lectures, you can also view the lectures in the worldwide through IMechE. Okay? So that is one of the beautiful advantage of this. You can also participate wherever they conduct some exhibitions, workshops also. I hope with a concession fee also. Right? So these things they also will explain better than me. And in this occasion, the mechanical department also arranged a lecture on automotive technologies. You know, now technology is nowadays in the fast growing in every field, not only in computer science. Don't think that AI and big data, IoT and all. In every field, it is changing now, rapidly. Right? See, now in the automotive technologies, you can have the self-propelled engines and all. Okay. So driverless cars also there. So I hope all these things they cover in their lecture today. I request all of you, please listen carefully. Okay, don't misuse this lecture. Okay, whatever the facility is providing to you. Okay, please be silent and please interact with them. It's more important, not simply ideally sitting. You try to interact with them. If you have any doubt, they are all experts in this field. Okay, so once again, I appreciate mechanical department for arranging this this session, and I thank all the dignitaries of IMechE for spending the valuable time and accepting our invitation. Okay, I thank you once again.
Now, may I request Ms. Shaita ma'am to hand over the bouquets to principal, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. C.V.Narsimhulu garu to welcome the dignitaries on the dais. Now, may I request Mr. Mahesh Shinde garu, fellow CING IMechE, Automotive Division Chair, General Manager, Head, Indoor Testing, Motors, Pune, India. I welcome you, sir, for the session. I would like to welcome Mrs. Manasi Muni, Associate Member, ING IMechE, West Zone Chair, DGM, Indoor Testing, Tata Motors, Pune, India. I welcome you, ma'am, for this session. Now, may I request Dr. Syed garu to welcome Mr. Muhammad Amin Sheikh garu, Associate Member of IMechE and Young Member Chair, India. I welcome you, sir, for this session. Now, I would like to introduce the another chief guest, Dr. Syed garu, Senior Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department and Dean FDP, Lord's Institute of Engineering Technology. He is recognized as a PhD supervisor of Osmania University from February 2022 onwards, and also a supervisor from JNTU-H from September 2000 and Meva University. He has produced more than 9+ PhD scholars. Presently, he is guiding 14+ scholars. He achieved Man of the Year 2002, awarded by ABE of International Research USA. His name and biography included in Who's Who in the World, Science and Engineering 8th edition 2006, and also Who is Who in Asia, 1st edition 2007. He has published 42 research articles in international journals and also several articles in national journals. He has also published research articles in international conferences, more than 23 and more than 14 in national conferences. Now, may I request Dr. Syed Mehdi Garu, Professor and Dean FTB, to speak few words. I welcome you, sir, for this session.
A very good morning to you all, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I really appreciate the initiative taken by our department to impart knowledge regarding the recent trends in automotive engineering. You see, this has a lot of research potential, and I utilize this lecture for their future research at MTech and PhD levels. Without taking much time, I welcome the dignitaries again to our department and congratulate the students chapter which has been started, and I request you all to interact actively during this section. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and your encouragement. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. J. Seshikiran Garu, Dean First Year, to speak few words on this occasion.
It is already around 10:35. I won't take much time. I would like to congratulate the Department of Mechanical Engineering for conducting such a great event, and also I would like to thank all the members of the organization, outsiders, resource persons who came here. Students, please utilize the valuable session which is going to commence from 11 o'clock to maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock. Please utilize the resource persons came from very long areas. Okay, thank you for inviting me. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your encouragement and valuable words. Now, we are going to begin the sessions by three different speakers. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Mahesh Shinde Garu, General Manager, Tata Motors, Pune, India. Is completed mechanical engineering graduate and masters in management science, diploma in mechanical engineering, business management, computer science, a fellow of Institution of Mechanical Engineers UK and chartered engineer recognized by Engineering Council UK. Is also SAE Western Group committee member, having 5 years of experience in automotive field, including two-wheelers, passenger cars, commercial vehicles, currently heading validation function in Engineering Research Center of Tata Motors for passenger cars to commercial vehicles for all aggregate systems and specific vehicle tests. Earlier worked in the capacity of Head Research and Development Center for two-wheeler motorcycles and mopeds, controlling all R&D functions. Keynotes and papers in various international conferences on subjects ranging from structural durability, vehicle systems, advanced manufacturing, and autonomous driving. He has 9 and 7 other IPRs, intellectual property rights, copyrights, to his credit. He is also a technical evaluator for SAE papers, SIAT papers, conferring the events and Tata Group Globalization Innovations, volunteering in capacity of Chair Automobile Division and as a committee member of Aerospace Division, IMechE India. He is instrumental in hosting IMechE technical events such as competitions, seminars, Learn Society lectures, panel discussions, and webinars. This is to help to growth and development of engineering fraternity and society in general. I welcome you, sir, for this session. Now, I request sir to launch of LIT IMechE student chapter, along with all the dignitaries and chief guests of today's events.
First of all, my sincerest congratulations to all of you being part of this student chapter. More importantly, all your professors, departmental heads and principals for their future gazing thoughts. If they have not encouraged this, if they have not thought of this, then probably you would be knowing only IMechE through maybe website or something. But they took it on their own and then formed this student chapter, whether it's for mechanical engineer or those engineers outside mechanical engineers who are working in mechanical field are also welcome. So as a appreciation, we would like to present from IMechE India branch and on behalf of IMechE UK, the certificate for your student chapter. And I'm sure that your thoughts will go in line with the developments that are happening worldwide. So congratulations, and can I request principal and all of you to be here.
Now, I take this opportunity to announce the student chapter information. The chairman of this is Mohammad Abdul Khadir, and secretary is Sheikh Ahmed, treasurer is Syed Qasim, vice chairman is Wali Muhammad Imran. I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Mai Shinde Garu.
Thank you, Simhana ma'am, for your nice introduction. Now you are being part of IMechE. So, very good morning. Thank you, thank you. I thought you did not have had your breakfast, so I thought that I should make sure. Okay. What I'm going to do, rather than giving it as a lecture or something, I'm going to show you a presentation, what are the different benefits, and maybe you will have questions on them. But more importantly, I would like you to be more interactive, to ask your questions, to know something. I want to give you one example. Let's say, like you, I am a mechanical engineer today. For a moment, assume that I have passed only my SSC or SSLC, we call it here, right? In Maharashtra, we call it as SSC, that is a 10th class. And here it is SSLC or something, SSC only, okay. So let's do that I am 10th class pass and I am a good driver, which I am, apart from the story. Now, if tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 5 years, or 10 years down the line, the autonomous vehicle come into practice. And I have not learned anything other than driving. Let us assume that. I have not learned anything other than driving. And 5 years, 10 years down the line, if the autonomous vehicle come in, People are not going to need drivers. I am jobless. Do you realize this? No problem. Always adaptive, no problem. This is called as reskilling ourselves. This is what I'm going to tell you. So, if I have not learned anything other than driving, and tomorrow the autonomous vehicle comes in, I am jobless. So, essentially, you have to upskill. Why upskill? Because whatever you're learning has got a depth which is coming in. And that depth you have to learn. Today, we have, multiple fuels. In my days, it was only diesel, petrol. The LPG, CNG, and now maybe fuel cells, batteries are coming now. So this is a upskilling. You have to upskill yourself. Reskilling. What is reskilling? You are going in mechanical field. Don't worry about it. Mechanical engineering is the mother of all engineering. But you need to have a different facet for that. Tomorrow, the industry is going to go for connected cars. Tomorrow, industry is going to go for electric vehicles. You may have artificial intelligence, and you get lured by, these kind of technologies more because we have all heard about IT. That how they earn or something. Tomorrow, the industry is going to need mechanical engineers with these kind of skill sets. That is called as a reskilling. So this is on this basis, I'm going to, talk to you in an interactive fashion. But prior to that, I'll just give you briefly what IMechE is all about and how you can benefit. Now, as a stepping stone for upskilling, you have already opened the doors by being part of IMechE as a student chapter, because IMechE site, through IMechE network, you can learn a lot. You don't have to really, search for the knowledge. You can automatically. So that's why I thought that I'll give a short presentation on IMechE, and so that you are aware of what all avenues are open for students. Remember one thing, the IMechE spends about 30 pounds per student for the development. It's only in our hands how to make good use of it. For example, you can learn one foreign language free of cost if you are a member. Whether a student member or a site, but I thought you have a flavor of whole thing. So we're going to finish that presentation in 5-10 minutes quickly. Then it will be interactive session. I may talk about something which is happening in industry and based on which you can interact. Sounds good? Okay. So let's proceed for the presentation. I don't need to really go for the presentation as such or look for it. But when we talk about IMechE, what is the first and foremost thing comes in our mind? Whether as a student or a member, you get a recognition. There are European companies who specifically want either IMechE, which Mansi is IMechE, Amin is IMechE, I am C. IMechE is nothing but incorporated engineer recognized by Engineering Council UK. C is chartered engineer. So this recognition, in addition to your degree or master's degree, is essential for European companies to hire a person. So this is first and foremost recognition. The second thing is you're going to get an opportunity for networking with experts. Remember one thing, with all your professors, me or Mansi or somebody who's working, it's a collective experience. That experience or knowledge is sitting in one hall at any given point of time. Make use of it. This is the second most important point. Next, please. Now, what are, as I said about social networking, this is not only through sites, this is not only through seminars like this. There are events specifically designed for students. You are participating in, Baha, that's what I was asking Principal Saab. And then I said that this is one of the forum where we have not only regular Baha, that is IC engines plus E-Baha, that is electric Baha. And the hierarchy of your competition allows you to participate in Silverstone for the final events. Second, for honing your, softs like presentation, body language, how to, deliver lectures. There is a competition called as SOFE, Speak of Engineering. There are zones of IMechE in India, and you will come in South Zone, I think. So the zonal winner goes to national level. National level goes to South Asian region level. South Asian region goes to world final. And I believe we have at least a couple of guys who have reached to, South Asia level, or for that matter, not more than that. And world level probably from South Asia region about 5 or 6. So this is an opportunity for you to, connect with people who are having experience. So this is one more competition for students. Then there is a photograph of the year. The mechanical engineer's photograph of the year, one of the winner is sitting here, right here. She took a photograph of her daughter sitting on the, and you can be winner. 60-second video of an engineer that gives you an opportunity for your creativity. And also, mind well, you get 150 pounds, that's about 50,000 rupees. Spending nothing, just you have to have those skills. You get what I'm saying? But it also gives opportunity for your creativity. So photograph of the year, or best volunteer, when you are part and parcel of the IMechE organization, best volunteer of the year. Those are the things. I don't want to name one by after another because it will take, it's an endless list, I would say. So this is one of the things. Next. This is pretty much simple as I said, that you can have the events. Like in 2017, we had a biggest event in Pune. Incidentally, before I go further, I'm also chairing the automotive division of IMechE UK, which is first in India or first outside UK that has been established in Pune, and there is a India Tech Center also. So, division, we conducted a one-day full seminar and panel discussion on autonomous vehicle and connected vehicles. This is about 5 years back. And a lot of industries, a lot of academia was present. And I would like more and more academia to get involved and associated with industry so that you can keep touch of the recent trends, technology that can be imparted into the students, which is again upskilling and reskilling. Next, please. So we have a biggest library, some 65,000 books. Can you go for next? 60,000 online books and 17,000 journals. Apart from this, of course, we are having different, that is ITE or IEE kind of sister concern. They also have their own library, which you will have the access. Library is one thing where you can gain the knowledge. Networking is another aspect where you'll gain the knowledge. So, and of course, the event seminars like this can give you a direct knowledge or direct injection of technology transfer. और रहता है ना फोन पे नहीं किसमें है वो फोन पे ही है ना डायरेक्ट टू द ब्लड वो इंजेक्शन देते हैं कुछ तो भी बराबर देयर इज एडवर्टाइजमेंट ओके नेक्स्ट so there is also an application called as PE. You can have it on your mobile where you can directly get an access to all of literature, etc. This you can, it's something like, I don't know whether this is there, the pic there. So that is one more which is available to this generation tech savvy. And we all need anything or everything on our mobile. We don't want to get into, forget about desktop is history. Even laptop is getting into history. So mobile is also for this. Next. There are quite a few videos which are technically explaining the things, how the things happen and other thing. Not only technical, there was one book called as on cold chain. So chariot of cold chain or something, which gives you a whole picture of ecosystem sustainability and how you can use a small refrigeration system for transferring the agricultural produce, which is perishable, and keep its quality. So it's a very interesting book come article. And now you will think that why agriculture in what is doing agricultural person doing in mechanical. It's not. It's a cross-pollination of ideas into one engineering field to another engineering field. Next, please. Then we have a lot of webinars which are arranged by your local branch. We have a India branch. We have a Sri Lankan branch. We have, and we also get lectures, seminars as well, irrespective of whether it is being held in India or in Sri Lanka or in Nepal or in Mauritius, or even for that matter, ours is South Asia region, which consists of India, Bangladesh, Pakistan was with us, but then they separated and they get themselves into Middle East. So Middle East group is another thing. With and where they will have different divisions, which is apart from India. One, we have railway division. Second, as I said, automotive division. Third is aeronautical division. It will keep on growing. So you get the knowledge not only from your mechanical side, but also from the other aerospace division as well, if you are interested enough. So this is how you will reskill yourself. Next, please. Next. These are a few examples of what are available. One more thing. There are also webinars available to develop your career if you want to grow further. Administrative side. So these webinars will help you, elevate yourself into your career. Apart from that, there is also coaching and consultancy from IMechE available for students to decide and shape up their future. So that's one other advantage. Next. I think you are familiar with this. Since you are students, members, as you start earning, you will have to convert your student member to affiliate or associate. Once you get your specific experience, then associate can become a full-fledged member. A full-fledged member can become a fellow. So especially for the faculty, they can straightway go in for all of your doctorates and all those things. So I go for either member or fellow directly. But only thing is that then it's a paid kind of thing. So if you are interested, you can subscribe for that. Students are free, and you can subscribe and become a member. The same benefits can be taken. One more model is there that quite a few engineering college has allowed or permitted their staff to get the paid membership, and then that can be used as kind of a thing. Next. How network, as I said, that whatever I'm delivering today, not many people will be delivering, and then you will get the knowledge firsthand and then itself. So that's one thing. Next, please. There's a few of the examples on what all topics you can, think and get the help on. Next. Now we are in all pandemic. We were. So does it mean that we don't have a touch with IMechE? No. You can still use IMechE from home. There is a site and you can access the whole thing. You can learn the foreign language. You can get into the events. Whatever you name it, it's there. Next. Okay, next. As I said, student competitions. E-Baha, like you have Silverstone in UK for your event on making a vehicle and then showcasing it. It gets assessed on 6 different parameters. One is dynamics, second is economy, third is timing, fourth is what is the longevity. So all those things can be judged there. And once you go up, win it, and then you have an opportunity to participate into final round at Birmingham Silverstone track, which is where it happens. The Formula One races happen. There you have got the opportunity. Next. Last year, IIT Mumbai had won this, and they got about 3,000 pounds of prize money, apart from the sponsorships from some of the industry. Next. Some, as I said, speak out for engineering, design competitions, photography competitions, article competitions, volunteering competitions. Next. Next. Some of the pictures where people could get the prizes. Next. As I said earlier, career support. You get advice, you get job postings, and then you can also try your mantle out there. Next. This is where we have student chapters. The latest addition being you all guys. So I welcome you all to IMechE family. Once again. Next. I talked about how the levels of memberships are there. There are two verticals. One is the IMechE membership, where it starts from student, affiliate, associate member. And on the Engineering Council, it is corporate engineer and chartered engineer. Next. Even it is for diploma holders. Diploma holders do get a facility as, not facility, membership as InchTech. So they are called as engineering technicians. So InchTech. Next. When you become fellow, you get a badge like this. A tie like this from direct, your certificate has been directly imported from UK, and the badge like this. This is a fellow. Next. How to apply for professional membership? Meaning when you start earning, or faculty, if they are sponsored by college, they can apply the professional membership, which starts at member or fellow, depending on your experience and qualification. And of course, most are IEng for the faculty, in my opinion. So there are certain forms. The form for IEng and C.Eng are different. One is a 9-pager and another is a 13. Next. You can do the application directly online, or you can channelize it through any of the IMechE official, including me. So this communication can go to directly Mrs. Farah Baksh, and then she'll take it up forward for us. Next. That's all from my side. This is as far as what is IMechE, how it benefits you. Now, if there is an interaction or question, I would like to take it. But prior to that, I'll let you know, all of us are seeing today as electric vehicle being progressing much more than ICE, that is internal combustion engine. These electric vehicles are also connected with each other, getting connected with it. So yesteryear mechanical engineer is today's mechatronics engineer. Does it mean that you have to have only mechanical engineer, only electronics engineer? No. Industry looks at an engineer as a basic knowledge of electronics and a core knowledge of mechanical to deliver for the industry. So this is how it's going to work. There is, only mechanical or only electrical or only civil. No. It's going to be amalgamation of two. Second aspect is tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow we are going to have autonomous vehicle. When you're going to have autonomous vehicle, we need to know all load cases. All load cases means we need to handle a lot of data. That data has to be put into an algorithm, which we talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, All these aspects come with a mechanical engineer. Mind well, I've got a group in my department who handles only such cases, only virtual testing, only all of them are mechanical engineers. My own group of electrical and electronic head within my department, he is handling electrical, electronic grouping, mechatronics, onboard diagnostic, your switches, electrical systems, starter, wiper, alternate. And the head is mechanical engineer. You can cross-check the records of my department, or you can ask her, she is also from my department. He is a mechanical engineer, Mr. Prestige, and he handles all electrical, electronics, mechatronics, everything. So this is how it is. Don't look up at yourself as only mechanical engineer. Try to, give many facets to your career by learning outside mechanical, which is going to be cross-pollinated into a particular thing or a specific thing which will be used for industry. So this is how I want to tell you and look at your life, look at your qualification, and then decide whether we have to restrict ourselves to core engineering or whether we have to make ourselves to specific or special engineering or something like that. My choice will be try to learn as much as possible every day till the last breath of your life. Thank you very much. If you have any comment or questions, open. Since I don't see questions, I think either I have confused you or I have convinced you. Which one it is? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs. Now, I would like to introduce the speaker of today's session, Mrs. Manasi Garu, Deputy General Manager, Tata Motors, is a mechanical engineer from Government College of Engineering, Pune. Since 16 years, she is working with Tata Motors at the Engineering Research Center. She volunteers for the Institute of Mechanical Engineering since over 8 years and is the chairperson of the Best Panel and Secretary of Automobile Division. She also volunteers as a faculty for Art of Living Foundation. Today, she would like to trigger our minds through her presentation, topic title, Crackling or Cracking the Code, EVs of Biofuels. Now, I would like to welcome ma'am for the session.
So good morning to all of you. I think you are too excited to see a woman amongst the male-dominated mechanical engineering batch of yours. So even in my college, I was one of the 4 girls in my class, only 4 girls in 120 students. Now I think now the numbers are changing and more girls are also opting towards mechanical field. I have quite a few women engineers in my those who come for doing project in our office from. So nevertheless, I hope you like what I would like to put up in front of you, some thought for the latest trends where we see EVs as well as biofueled vehicles are in the talks. So I would like to make you think about what is better or what may sustain over time. So let's look at how it goes. Next presentation. Yeah. So the thought that comes up to our mind is this: whether EVs or whether biofuel vehicle, whether any other technology, globally there we can see quite a few challenges that our planet is looking at. Climate change being one of them, pollution. Are you all here? Yeah. So few challenges that I have listed over here are deforestation, having fresh water for consumption, and the damaged biodiversity because of deforestation, as well as polluting the oceans. We are losing the natural biodiversity of our planet. And all these challenges are triggering events and various organizations working towards beating these challenges through bringing technology to ease out the load on our planet. If you see, 8 out of 10 people are breathing polluted air today. Gases, emissions are global warming. And we are losing out through extreme weathers, we are losing out the fresh water resources. Then poverty, extreme weathers are also causing poverty in some places, famines and floods, not allowing economies to build properly. Lot many challenges are being faced by the world overall. Hence, all the governments, if you go through the news in various countries, the governments of every country are bringing in policies to ease out these issues and are helping their economies to drive towards bringing in less polluting vehicles and less polluting infrastructure. So let us look at, slide please. What are the electric vehicles? What an electric vehicles mean? Can any one of you mention or quote what you feel is an I'm not asking for the brand. I'm asking what do you understand by an electric vehicle? One by one, please. Okay, it will be good if you raise your hand and one person speaks. Anyone? Yeah, over there. Please, can you please repeat? Okay, instead of fuel, we use electricity to drive the vehicle. Right. So, an electric motor essentially drives our vehicles instead of an internal combustion engine. That is a standard electric vehicle, right? So today we can see electric vehicles of various types, even bicycles, tricycles, of course, even aeroplanes and ships are also electricity powered. We also have hybrid electric vehicles wherein we have a combination of IC engines and electric batteries. So an IC engine powering the battery or charging the battery and the battery then driving the wheels. That will form a series hybrid. And another type would be parallel hybrid wherein internal combustion engine as well as battery, they will. So whenever the IC engine power needs some substantiate an electric motor, it will jointly give the added power. So those series. Next, please. So just quickly, we look at the history of electric vehicles. It picked up in the 19th century and it the demand of electric vehicles went down in the 1920s or 1930s when internal combustion engines came in, because they were cheaper, of course, at that time. And then again, when we started finding the negative impact of pollution because of the fossil fuel burning, now again electric vehicles have started and getting more in the vogue. Next, please. Biofuels. I hope all of you have at least heard about biofuels. Yes. So ethanol. Yes. Yes. Biodiesel, ethanol are all biofuels, which are these days coming into discussions for government policies also. In India, we already have 10% ethanol already getting mixed in our petrol. Now, biofuels are of different generations. Basic biofuels are coming from the sugar content agriculture products like corn and sugarcane. Again, biomass is the second generation biofuels. Algae being the third generation ones, and solar fueled solar fuels will be the fourth generation, the most something called as carbon positive or carbon negative, meaning generate biofuels. Manufacturing those biofuels also needs some energy. So if we are having biofuels, manufacturing those biofuels are also taxing the environment or polluting the environment, then we may not benefit from the biofuels. But if we avoid generating carbon, increasing the carbon footprint while generating those biofuels, then only using such biofuels will be beneficial. Then if you see the life cycle of a vehicle run, whether on electric vehicle or a biofuel vehicle, manufacturing the car will demand certain resources, right? So in this slide, I have tried to explain how whether you build an electric vehicle or you build a biofuel vehicle, you are going to need resources. You are going to tax the planet. You are going to consume many resources like raw materials, water, manpower, as well as electricity to build those. The difference comes vehicles. So what benefit we get is using electric vehicles, the emission while running those vehicles only is avoided as against the internal combustion engine vehicles. But what goes behind, or whether the electric vehicle is more loading the planet or whether the biofuel vehicle is more loading the planet, that is the question. Next slide. So, if you see the life cycle of producing the electricity required for the electric vehicles and the life cycle of using the biofuels, the resources that go in for each of the energy resource is to be thought of, whether biofuels are better or electric vehicles are better. So if you see, if our electricity is coming from the conventional sources or from solar power, then we are not taxing the planet. Then that electricity is much better than coal-fired electric stations or diesel-fired electric stations or some non-conventional sources of electricity. At the same time, biofuels, cutting the crops or using the corn or for building or for growing those crops, for having biofuels or for manufacturing, supplying biofuels, then we are compromising the needs of people, the food needs of the population around. So even just like in USA, majority of the corn produce is now getting diverted for manufacturing ethanol, for example, where while corn was being grown to feed the people or to have our normal day-to-day food requirements. Same sugarcane in India is being overgrown now just for profit from giving the sugarcane for having ethanol or such biofuel manufacturing. So the economics behind having those biofuels and the electricity getting built or generating those resources is to be looked at while we decide whether biofuels are better or whether electric vehicles are better. So the key considerations that we can look at: government policies are helping bringing in electric vehicles. The charging infrastructure is now getting developed, so we might be able to have more electric vehicles plying on our roads with the support from our government. Efficiencies are good. The technical developments are helping or supporting having electric vehicles into making them more convenient for use. And for biofuels, the government policies are supporting bringing in more and more biofuel percentages into our regular fuel supplies. E20 getting mixed with diesel. E20 we are looking at blendings up to E85 going forward in the next couple of decades. In our Tata Motors experience, we tried biofuels. We had biodiesel buses. Then nano, we had manufactured nanos with E20 for some international markets. And nowadays, we already have all our vehicles, petrol vehicles running on E10. Government guidelines have also suggested having our vehicles ready for E20 from next year onwards. So we have already started designing our vehicles accordingly. If you look at the comparative analysis of EVs versus biofuels, economically, government subsidies are better. Battery technologies are improving. Cost of ownership is reducing for EVs with numbers increasing. For biofuels, economics is technology advances are definitely supporting having biofueled vehicles in the market. But the regulations and the energy ratio, we are getting the efficiency that we get from biofueled vehicles. We are not able to have totally zero polluting vehicles, even if we have biofuels. The emissions are going to be there. So, emission point of view, electric vehicles directly do not release any emissions into air. However, the electricity that we feed into that vehicle, if that electricity while getting generated is causing pollution, indirectly it is still a tax onto the environment. And social aspect, if we see lot of fleet owners are looking at electric vehicles. At the same time, efficiency per kilometer, what I was saying, efficiency is improved with electric vehicles compared to biofueled vehicles. Biofuels are still not so energy efficient, and hence, as a summary, as of now, electric vehicles prove to be better, energy efficient, and more in the demand compared to biofueled vehicles. The government policies are supporting both biofuels as well as electric vehicles. But as of now, electric vehicles take the lead. However, more to overcome the entire damage that even electric vehicles generating that electricity is causing as regards to pollution, One answer could be hydrogen fueled vehicles, which is now picking up. The technology is getting advanced. Hydrogen fueled vehicles emissions are only water. They emit only water. They do not consume electricity from the electricity stations. They generate their own electricity in the go. So using hydrogen as an input, as a fuel, they combine hydrogen with oxygen and generate electricity, and the emission or what is only water. So I think going forward in the immediate next years, we would be seeing more and more hydrogen fueled vehicles is what I think. And that could be one clue for you all to build your skills in that direction, develop yourself in those directions, be mechanical engineers. Thank you for now. Any questions? If you have any questions, you may please raise your hand and ask. Yeah. EV vehicles? There are incidences, but the incidences could be because of improper means. At the same time, improper use of the vehicles, no proper care being taken while charging those vehicles. The guidelines should be strictly followed. Yeah, you can ask the question. Yeah, please.
Respectable all members here. So my question is, as we are concentrating more on EV vehicles, so we have to concentrate more electricity too. So as we are doing in combustion engine, we are talking about the fuels, right? So coming to the EV vehicles, we are almost all concentrate on electricity too. So electricity consumption in India is more compared to other countries. So we don't have electricity for industry purposes. We are getting lack of current. So my question for the organization is, what measures have to be taken to produce more electricity as we are concentrating in electrical vehicles?
Okay, so that's what I said. If we can satisfy our own electricity needs. Yeah, please, sir.
What question was raised is very apt. Let me tell you, the question that you raised has a different meaning altogether, because you are on one side, you are talking about we are not having the enough electricity in the domestic use, and how are we going to promote electric vehicles? All of us as a Indian citizen must think we should not waste electricity. There is enough of electricity if you really ask me, but you will see, especially in villages or something, people simply hook it up. Is that right? Now, that is because they don't want to pay for the electricity, so they will just, short circuit the whole process. But more problem is that the transmission losses happen more there. Forget about not paying for the electricity for a moment. The transmission losses are much more when you have this temporary connection, and these connections are in millions across India. Point number one. How many switch off our fan when we go out of the room? How many times we switch off our tube light when we go out? There you are spending electricity for no reasons. So this is out of, saving of the electricity, and we are sufficient. Now it's altogether different question that Arvind Kejriwal says that you have free electricity. That gets into a different domain altogether. But now let us come to generating more electricity. You don't need to have only the thermal power station or the nuclear power station to generate electricity. You can use tidal energy, you can use wind energy, you can use solar energy. Remember one thing, for India, sun is in abundance. You have plenty of sun. Who stops you from generating electricity out of solar energy? Only the Indian person's mindset, because all what he thinks, there is a glass and how do I break it, right? So this is how the things happen. So we have to change our mindset as electricity, and when we generate more electricity, we should make sure that we protect our infrastructure and environment. So your question is right, but partly the answer is ourselves. There is no dearth of electricity generation in India, that's for sure, I can tell you. I'm an automobile engineer, I'm a mechanical engineer, but I am more of a logical engineer, which I can put you. Like, for example, the India spends $89 billion on crude. If you go with 2030, 2035, 30% of electric vehicle, with 24 billion infrastructure of solar panels, which will not be recurring, it will be once only, as against 89 billion every year for crude, you can think of it. Fortunately, the government has also realized it and they are getting into those kind of things. So it's better for us. My future, your future is better. By the time that future comes, I'll be up. So no issue. But we should always think not only of our generation, our next generation. We should go in for the zero-based pollutions. Whether it is out of vehicle, whether it is out of our waste of the industry, whatever. We have to have zero pollution. And I don't think that there should be any problem with the electricity for electric vehicles. Only thing is the transmission losses, the theft of electricity and thereby losing a lot of power. It's like, if you make a temporary correction, it consumes a lot of higher current than what is necessary and you make a good connection. The same thing. About 27, or if I am correct, remembering those figures, 20 or 37% of the electricity go waste because of this only. Now you think. So I hope that answers your question in a different fashion, but I don't think there should be a problem. You want to add something?
So just what I want to add is, if you want to avoid cutting the household supplied electricity, then as I said, hydrogen fueled vehicles will be the answer, wherein they generate their own electricity. So using hydrogen, if you are getting the electricity, you need not consume the government supplied electricity. Okay, done? Thank you.
Doubts. Now, I would like to introduce the other speaker of today's session, Mohammad Amin Sheikh Garu, young member, chairperson, IMechE India, YMC India. He has done his bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and during his course of study, he joined IMechE as affiliate member. After completing his graduation, he applied for associate membership and was certified as IMechE. He has had sons, Bangalore. He started volunteering for a young member representative for South India. YM represented South India till 2021. He is also a member of Aeronautical Division, India's Technical Center, IMechE India. He is elected as a YM chair for India in 2022 and been volunteering with the motto of inspiring the next generation. Now, I would like to welcome you, sir, for this session. Over to you, sir.
So good day all. I guess you have already understood what is IMechE. And first of all, I'd like to thank the Institute, Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology for being the student chapter of IMechE. And I would like to congratulate them. And I would also like to thank Mr. Mahesh Shinde sir and Mansi Mone given time for us traveling so far from Pune and giving their valuable inputs over IMechE and with respect to the EVs. Thank you, sir. So, talking about next. So, talking about young member panel. So, young member panel India. So, you people, I would like to congratulate you all for being a young member of India branch. So, young member panel is a part of India branch in India, which is a group of mechanical engineers who study, work, or live in India, and we organize technical and social events in a range of formats and promote mechanical engineering within society by supporting the education and career development of young engineers. So, what are the benefits of being a member of IMechE as an affiliate? So, first of all, we have a professional engineer app which you can download on your phone, and you get a recent update. Trend is happening in overall or throughout the world, by which you can understand and you can grow yourself and you can keep yourself updated. And then is the newsletter updates, the events, the programs happening throughout the world. We keep posting over there as in terms of newsletters on a monthly basis. And we have a library archive. We have 16,000 plus journals, articles published by resource persons, which you can download and view it very easily without paying anything extra. And if you have heard about the Science Direct journals, so if you directly go to a Science Direct journals, you have to pay a nominal cost of $10 or maybe $15, depending upon the cost of the paper. But through IMechE, you get the opportunity to view the complete paper free of cost. Depending on the YM panel in India are very much active hosting events and webinars and competitions across. So competitions, challenges which we do host, and we are also planning this year too. And then the engineering awards, as also mentioned in his presentation, that we do have multiple awards. The only thing is you have to go through your to our website and check out like what are the updates, what are the recent upcoming events or awards or challenges upcoming in the website. So the aim of YM Panel India, we are here majorly looking forward to promote, support affiliate members, young members, and young engineers from all over India, and provide career guidance. We have recently started working towards, especially for the final year students, guide them on how to tackle the interviews or majorly first make their CVs proper, because after you complete your graduation, the first thing which you will be starting is applying for the interviews. And so we have recently done for some of the universities and student chapters where we have given them a career guidance by telling them how you have to make your CVs and how the industries are looking forward from the students to appear the interview. And the main important thing is bridge the gap between the academics and the industry. So there is a big gap which we have to fill, and that is what we are focusing, and we are trying to organize webinars, and also we do host industry visits across where students, undergraduate students, they can go to the industries, see what exactly is happening in the industry. For example, we know if you talk about forging from the industry, forging. So we only know like what is the process. But when you go to the industry and see, it is completely different watching it live. So last 2 years ago, before the COVID, we had been to railway factory in Bangalore. And the forging, what I knew from the theoretical basis, it was like, okay, heating up a block of piece at a certain degree of temperature and then heating up and making it. But the process, what they carried was completely different. They almost did the similar process, but the safety part, because it will be at a high temperature and then keeping safety in mind, and looking forward at the shape is right and meeting the dimension, because at that temperature we don't know whether the end product is the right dimension or not. So how do they test it? So that is very much important in that particular. So understanding that is what we provide students from young member panel. And at the last, IMechE competitions, as already sir has mentioned, but I would like to mention once again, we already have major competitions such as like global engineering debate, which will be upcoming soon, maybe in the month of August or September. And I would like to see participation from this chapter, and not just participation, the winning from this student chapter is also which I'm looking for. And the photographer of the year will be held in the month of October, November, and the details will be shared soon whenever the event will be hosted. Technical paper competition, it was still going on. I'm not sure whether the dates are extended or not, but if it is so, I would suggest you people to participate. It's an international paper competition where a group of 2 can participate and write a paper. And this year the theme was future of engineers. How you want to see the future of engineers? And important competition is Speak Out for Engineering. And we have multiple design challenges. So design challenges in terms of automation design challenges and railway challenge. So as you know that the name itself says railway challenge, so it is completely based on railway. And US challenge, which is unmanned aerial system challenges, which is completely based in aeronautical aspects. And the last, formula student. Next. So graduate opportunities, what IMechE provides is associate membership. So immediately after you complete your graduation, so you get an opportunity to apply for associate membership, and you can avail from India. Since we live in India, we get a benefit of availing associate membership for the first year in free, which you don't have to pay any cost for the first year. So I would suggest if anyone is interested to take your career further with IMechE and be a part of IMechE, so after your graduation you can contact me and I'll be providing them the complete details about the same. And achieve professional registration, that is IMechE, C.Eng, and the major thing is networking with industry experts and people from the various industries. The upcoming events which we have planned from YM India is Railway Design Challenge India, which we are launching for the first time through India. A Speak Out for Engineering competition for 2022, which will be hosted in the month of September. The Global Engineering Debate, Photography Competition, and Technical Quiz Competition India. It's an India level, which will be hosted for the first time again. Thank you. So if you require any guidance or if you need if you have any queries related to the membership or the further activities or any events which YM or India branch is hosting, especially the competitions, you can please contact me anytime. Thank you.
I thank Mr. Muhammad Amin Sheikh Garu for your valuable inputs. Now, I would like to introduce Chief Patron of today's event, Mr. Syed Ahmed Garu, Joint Secretary of Lords Institute of Engineering and Technology. This young technocrat brings the much-needed fresh ideas and progressive thinking to education at Lords. He insists on quality education and oversees the implementation of best teaching and learning practices in the college. He believes quality is the optimum around which the institution revolves. He strives towards empowering students to take the charge and execute the things on their own, thereby enabling them to learn important life skills. He focuses on grooming students to be technocrats with humility, exemplary dignity, and modern outlook. He strives towards taking Lords to the net by consistently upgrading and benchmarking the institution as per global standards. Now, may I request Mr. Syed Ahmed Garu, Joint Secretary of Lords Institute of Engineering and Technology, to speak few words. I welcome you, sir, for the session.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, I'm glad to see many of our students to participate with interest in this particular subject today, because it attracts a lot of interest with many of the students. So what exactly is a professional? You know, how exactly is a professional, as in his professionalism is judged by his competence, capabilities, and integrity. What exactly is competence? Competence is your own educational qualifications or your association with any body, board of professionals, or your any research work, or your publishing work, or your experience. Also, your competence is known if you are up to date with your technical and professional skills. Today, this seminar is being conducted so that you are updated with the latest technical and professional skills. Lords always aims to create an nexus between your academic and industry knowledge, so that you will be able to survive in your professional field. So I hope you have understood and learned a lot in today's seminar. And I thank all the dignitaries who have been present here. And I hope you take advantage out of it. Thank you.
Now, once again, I request all the dignitaries on the dais. Now, I would like to invite Chief Patron of today's event, Mr. Syed Ahmed Garu, Joint Secretary of Lords Institute of Engineering and Technology, onto the dais. I welcome you, sir, for this session. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu, Vice Principal and Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering of Lords Institute of Engineering and Technology, onto the dais. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Mahesh Shinde Garu, Fellow CNG IMechE, Automotive Division Chair, General Manager Head, Indoor Testing Tata Motors, to dais. Now, I would like to Ms. Manasi Associate Member, IMechE West Zone Chair, DCM Endo. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Mohammad Amin Sheikh Garu onto the dais. Now, I would like to welcome Suman sir, Associate Head of Mechanical Engineering Department. Now, may I request Mr. R. Suman sir, Associate Head of Mechanical Engineering Department of Lords Institute of Engineering Technology, to speak few words on this occasion. Now, I may request Dr. Syed Naudish Mahdi Garu, Dean FDP of Lords Institute of Now, may I request R. Suman sir, Associate Head of Mechanical Engineering Department of Lords Institute of Engineering and Technology, to speak few words on this occasion. I welcome you, sir, for this session.
Yes, very good morning. I hope it is audible, right? So thank you very much, sir, being here. I really appreciate. You came from very long. You have given such a great time to our students. Sir, one thing I want to add. The people, those who are sitting here, They are purely mechanical. These people are having tremendous knowledge, but they need some guidance how to target the goals. And I hope from IMechE, I think this is beginning only. So they have given certain kind of things regarding IMechE, but definitely you will come to know what exactly IMechE when you will enter into the second session, and many more things activities we have to conduct with the collaboration of IMechE. And very important note, even we know, even you people also very much aware what exactly mechanical is today. But remember, mechanical is the mother for the entire engineering. The mechanical branch is evergreen branch. You have to mold your mindsets. You have to, see the targets, where you want to go, how to approach, and you have to participate in different and multiple activities, not only in the lords, but also in different states and different countries. Sir, we promise you that, our mechanical department students from the first year to fourth year, no doubt, soon they will be going to target even worldwide. Our management, they are very close to even faculties as well as for students, sir. Even when I was a student, I think in the fourth year I have seen my management. But luckily you people from the beginning only, you know very well who is chairman, who is vice chairman, who is joint secretary, who is joint secretary. All details aware, and all, even you people have interacted with them also. Such kind of relation this LIET family is having. We have 8 professors in our department. You kindly utilize their, experiences, and similarly, kindly, sir, we request you conduct, if possible, every month, at least one activity. Definitely our student will, show their very, see, I don't want to say that they are only the words that is came from them only. But apart from that, I want to add one more thing here. There is a person, his name is Madhukar. He is a gentleman, he is looking very fat, but I want to say one thing. Sir, he is such a gentleman. From couple of days, he was appreciating about you people. And today we came to know that really it is very worthy. Because evaluation and feedback also very, very important. Even we have took through WhatsApp few feedbacks. It was fantastic, sir. Kindly conduct, offline events and some workshops in our campus every month, at least once, sir, please. This is my request on behalf of mechanical department. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your vibrant speech. Now, may I request Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu to address the gathering for a few minutes. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning to one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, I hope these sessions are very useful for us. Sir has shown a lot of challenges, competitions ahead under the IMechE banner. We promise you, sir, we try to participate in all the events, whatever you are conducting. And we will not only participate, we will try to win the events. Definitely our students are now targeted that particular thing, sir. Definitely from our side, Lord's College, we will definitely participate in each and every event and try to get the awards, definitely, with your cooperation, sir. Thank you. All the students, have you seen all the competition? You have to target each and every competition and you have to fulfill all the requirement to get the award. Okay, best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. If any student would like to interact with the panel members, you're welcome now. For any queries,
Good morning, everybody. So, as we are talking about the electrical vehicles and the future of the mechanical engineering, so from the past few years, we are studying about the older books which are they are in the history. So from the future, we have electrical vehicles. So currently, we don't have any syllabus related to electrical vehicles of the future of the mechanical engineering. So we kindly request you to add some syllabus to our curriculum. So
I think we have understood your question and your worries. I would suggest you need not wait for the curriculum syllabus to get changed. We are quite well connected these days. Now, as Amin also said, that there is so much information available on the IMechE website, so many courses that you can take online. Make use of it, and the knowledge is available at your fingertips through your mobiles and your computers. So don't wait for the syllabus to get upgraded. You can upgrade yourself if you wish right now onwards. Is that okay?
Would you like to suggest some courses?
I cannot force you to pick and choose courses. It's liking. So,
I think I'm audible, right? So, if you go or get exposed to the industry, then you will know what to learn. So today, as an industry, I'm talking about most of the industry, though I don't know automotive. You are asking as to when the cycle will change. What stops you from changing yourself? No, I'm not taking an opportunity. What stops you? Nothing, no. Today, I am a mechanical engineer, but I am electrical, electronic, prototyping. Nobody told me, nobody gave me the research of curriculum. So this is what I'm coming back to your question. What should you learn? Get into artificial intelligence. And mind where mechanical engineers with artificial intelligence or machine language, to some extent blockchain also, are the most wanted people, or will be the most wanted people 2 or 3 years down the line, mark my words. Maybe 2 years after again I'll come and ask you, that's not a problem. But these are the 3 areas. Fourth, all the vehicles are going to be connected. So you can talk about gateways, vehicle to X is for anything, so vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to cloud, vehicle to ground, vehicle to infrastructure, vehicle to your data center. We call it as a internet service provider or business service provider. So these are where the companies will be operating the software and other things on the air. I mean, software work there. Don't go into those details. You are too young to get so much of a thing of learning either on your own, but I'm sure that since your professors, the department principal and even the joint secretary, I was seeing that they are more enthusiastic than you to make and shape it. So I'm sure that they will think of introducing some elements of these areas into the curriculum
either as a recommended or full-fledged inclusion or as a supplementary or auxiliary. So don't worry about it. At the same time, through the platform like IMechE, platform like internet, get yourself upskilled into these areas. So connected vehicles, AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain. Blockchain will not be used so much in automotive industry, but it will be used in manufacturing process railways. So blockchain will be useful more there. These are the areas which are core knowledge of mechanical engineering. Will give you a gauge over a regular mechanical, a regular electronic engineer, even a regular IT engineer. Today, we talk about, having more salary for IT. Yes, I agree with that. But do they have a social life? Do they really earn? Because what happens is that they earn, they spend, because they don't know tomorrow whether they are going to be seated on the bench. There is a concept called as sitting on the bench. Meaning, if your company, software company doesn't have a contract or a client, then they ask their engineer to sit on the bench. Meaning, they either pay them half or they say that as long as you are on the bench, you don't earn anything. Most importantly, you can get a fixed rate ticket. What is fixed rate? You get a mail in your mailbox. From today onwards, I am not working, I am not exaggerating. Today onwards, your services are part. Does it happen mechanically? Never. Never. This is how the difference is. So, whether you want to go with very high but unreliable source of income, or whether you want to fairly good income but a safe or a safe income. And you can reach in between those two lines by adding to your knowledge these areas along with the coding. Does that answer your question? Satisfied. Not delighted, satisfied. Anything else?
Artificial intelligence, mechanical engineers with artificial intelligence make a good combo. So I would like to know what are the tools required to learn artificial intelligence, because I may provide an
First is MATLAB. Do you know MATLAB? Number two, for which you have to have a very good knowledge of mechanical engineering, because those are the problems that you are going to solve with artificial intelligence. For artificial intelligence, you need to know MATLAB as a basic tool. Then there is a Python, there is a TensorFlow, not many softwares are there. No need to talk about. So MATLAB is very essential. Like what we said sometime back, that mechanical engineering, mother of engineering. MATLAB is the mother of anything, any algorithm. That algorithm can be used for devising the truth table for your ECU, or that can be used for making an algorithm for your solving problems through artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Nothing. It captures the data from lot many experiences of lot many people or lot many vehicles together and give a solution, which is much more balanced than a human brain. Our brain is, you may not agree with me, our brain is as fast as computer. Our brain is having as good memory as a computer. But what we are lacking, the availability of lot many such experiences together on one platform. That is because unless we go through that experience, we will not know that road is. For computer algorithm or artificial intelligence, it captures data from cloud all over the world, all over the Milky Way. I don't know whether there is somebody in Milky Way or not, but this is the thesis of the story. So what we have to do is that the MATLAB is used, and even for anybody who use AI for MATLAB, MATLAB is also used for solving the mechanical engineering problems. It's like Excel with lot of computation power. Excel also we do those spreadsheets, put the formula and all this. Basic form of MATLAB, so to say. And it's the basic form of Python, it's the basic form of TensorFlow. all these things will make you understand. But as I said, if you want to learn AI, go for, there is a course in IIT Kharagpur. There are two courses, one is 6 days and another is 9 days. I have asked some of my engineers to attend them. Forget about our engineering college, even the company feels that they should do this. So you can check. Today it is very easy. You just tell it to Google Drive and everything comes. Right? So you know what. But anyway, anytime you have the question, I can answer it. So that is one thing. Go ahead. The next year we are having internship. So what are the companies in India who are doing this electrical? Almost all industries provide the internship. For example, Tata Motors is providing internship for 3 months. We work at least as far as the ERC is we have 5.5 days working. Maybe first and third Saturday is off, Sunday is off. So during those 3 days, we have to be there in the company for sure. Because what happens when you are assigned a internship, we are committing some of the resources like workers to SPO, like light to the and then if you are not justifying that, then it's not right for you as well as for investors. So we have a proposal that minimum 3 months, 5.5 days a week, you have to be there. Like that, almost all of the companies, at least I can tell about in Maharashtra, most of the bigger companies give you that internship. So depends. You can use that. There is another way to do it. Some of the Indian colleges have direct with the industry and they provide the sandwich code, meaning what? 6 months you be in the college, 6 months you be in the college. When you are ready for the industry, you are very faster. So this is another way to do that. So IIT doesn't have any company for them now. When IIT is the organization, they don't have their company. So where do we provide the infrastructure? IIT can provide you internship only if your project during some of the competitions are selected. To pursue that project, they tie up with the company and ask you to do that project there. Once it is done. That is the way that we do. That's one. Suggestion on what? If for the electric vehicles, the closest thing is in Bangalore, or Chennai for Reva or Mahindra Tire. There are quite a few startups in Bangalore and Hyderabad. Because what I feel is that for internship, to come all the way to Maharashtra or something. Yes, we do provide food, we do provide the transport from your house to the but staying there has to be done on your own. So that may not be economically viable. That's my personal opinion. So you have to find out somebody. I think there are not many startups in electric vehicles. One is a blue binary or something. Bangalore, there are quite a few. So you can check on those companies. Or maybe if I can suggest the administration to talk to this company, they will readily agree. That should not be a problem. That another thing can be also. I don't know when I gave the presentation, I asked you whether any questions or something. Suddenly, probably the heroes are here, so you are suddenly getting energy. No, don't take it lightly. So suddenly I am getting questions, but no problem. Anytime.
In EV, sir, many companies are coming, startups are there, they are manufacturing batteries. But the batteries they are giving, I also using an EV vehicle, So they will give 3 or 4 years warranty. So lifespan of EV vehicle is 3 to 4 years. Tata also making their vehicles, but they are giving some more. But the lifespan of this EV vehicle and compared to this engine vehicle is less. So what is the main point? And in this our startup companies and batteries they are manufacturing, so they are giving only 3 or 4 years. After that, the battery is of no use. Warranty is still for 3 years. Then after that base should be it will go. They are manufacturing in many amount they are manufacturing, but this base they are not thinking about the base. After one or the other day it will be damaged. So this base where it should go and the lifespan is less. What is
Very long number of questions, I would say, but let me answer them one after the other. If I miss out something, please ask it. Okay. The first and foremost thing is that none of the manufacturers, vehicle manufacturers in India make batteries. None. Zero. All the batteries come mostly from China, some from Sweden, some from Europe. So these batteries are not made by any of the Indian car or passenger commercial vehicle manufacturers. This is point number one. Point number two, you said that the warranty is 3-4 years. No, warranty is 8 years. Now this 8 years may become 3 to 4 years for one major reason. The Indian climatic conditions is very rough on the battery. The very variation in low temperature to high temperature, especially high temperature, because at high temperature, the battery starts losing their charge discharge capability. And that's why the life gets cut down. Number three, these batteries nowadays are being downplayed. If I am having a vehicle which uses, let's say, no, I was talking about the capacity, so what do I tell you? Let's say it's about 50 gigawatt capacity. So there is just a massive state of electric vehicles for India. There is a scheme which will be, that battery will be used on the both sides of the vehicle. You can still use it, you have another 4 or 5 years out of it. So this is one way to recycle or reuse it. Second, there is also, in fact, we are also part of that, and we are trying to figure out how to dismantle the battery and use the elements outside and only put the plastic, which is not so easily biodegradable, into landfill, so that will reduce the requirement of landfill required to dispose of this battery. So this is how the whole picture is. But what you're saying is that, yes, I was talking earlier in the morning after that, this is going to be much more bigger pollution if you don't work on it than even the pollution of diesel engines. So this is what it is. So we have to make sure that we have to find out what are the ways that we can use either to recycle or regenerate this battery, because that's going to be hell of a job. That's right. But as far as your question on the 3 to 4 years guarantee of 8 years, and plus maybe 3, 4, 5 years for downsizing of that. No manufacturer in India makes batteries. Most of the batteries that in India are coming from China, and about 84% of the business prices are owned by China. if you are specific on EV and you want to do master, so kind of a research kind of thing, go to Sweden.
Okay, one last question now, please.
My question is that many companies are going to manufacture two-wheelers and four-wheelers. Why not heavy vehicles? Fluid vehicles. Yeah. Heavy vehicles. EV electric. Why they are paid? Why not?
Sir, you can be here, sir.
I don't know who told you that there are no heavy vehicles in electrical. Tata Motors alone is providing 9-meter and 10-meter buses for Ahmedabad, Bangalore and Delhi sector. In addition to that, I believe Ashok Leyland is also getting into the foray and they will be also preparing that. But there are heavy. What about? Trucks. Wait for another 6 months, you will see the Tata trucks on electric vehicles. There is a small. Last month, small commercial vehicle called as ACE. ACE is also a truck. Chota Hathi, बराबर? Chota Hathi electric बन गया. दो महीना पहले launch हो गया भाई. So there are trucks. Forget about that. In Europe, in North America, people are taking trial electric plane. So you will see everything. Forget about all that. Do you know, are you aware that Indian Railways is having an electric train? No, I'm not talking about electric train in the ordinary sense. Electric train, of course, you put an electrical engine and all those things. I'm talking about putting a solar panel on top of it, producing electricity and running that on that electricity. Okay, someone had one more. No, there is a lot of static coming in.
My question particularly is that for learning these particular courses, but while recruiting an employee, what criteria do you see and how do you hire someone as per you?
Okay. What I'm saying that there has to be a very good interaction between academia and industry. What requirement of industries are probably are not known to the academic, and hence couple of exercises like internship, maybe seminars like this will allow you to know what industry look for. Some time back I said about that we started our own virtual testing and AI kind of exercise for our own engineers. Company did not tell me that. I started on my own for my department, my people. So as I said, I was talking about he was asking which of the areas that those are the areas that industry is looking for. Mechatronics, embedded technology, use of AI and ML in their connected cars. These are the areas which companies are looking for. I'm talking about automotive industry. In process industry, she was talking about crackling and cracking of, crackling is nothing but a disintegration of a crude oil or something into various elements. Now, this crackling is also need AI because you need to, there are only 4 or 5 oil companies which provide worldwide the base of oil. Whether it is a sewing machine oil or automotive oil or a lubricating oil, everything is made by these worldwide 5-6 companies. It is only the formulation makes it different, whether it is going to be for two-wheeler, whether it is going to be four-wheeler, whether it is going to be transmission of a train. The formulation, the additives is going to make a difference. And that formulation, that additive is very critical, not only in percentage, but the temperatures and the way, the rate at which they are mixed will decide the final properties of that formed oil. But basic oil, base oil, only 5-6 companies. Now, this area, petrochemical or process industry, also needs AI. So, what I'm trying to tell you is that there is a basic thing which, if you learn, is very easy to apply to applications, whether it is in one industry sector like automotive or aeronautic. I'll tell you only the difference is if you take a commercial airliner, passenger plane, there are about, if I remember correctly, there are about 1.5 or 1.8 lines of code to control that plane. If you take F-22 Raptor, the US Air Force fighter craft, it is 6.5 lakh. I'm just giving you the comparison. 6.5 lakhs of lines of code. What is today's car? You think you will be having how many lines of code? Plane nahi utna big hai na. So I gave you commercial passenger liner 1 lakh lines of code. Raptor being very sophisticated, it will have 6.5. What today's car should have? 3, 2, 100 lakhs. Check it. Because the environment which it works in is so volatile from the use cases point of view. For a plane, you are in air, you don't have much of, wo beech mein bhais aake baithne wala nahi udhar. You get what I'm saying? So the use cases are going to be so vast that it becomes at least 100 times of that of a passenger liner that you need the coding. And to handle that data, you need intelligence. Okay, you need to ask 5 or 10 Einsteins to sit together, or you can use artificial intelligence. Your call. You get the picture now. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon our Principal Sir Dr. C.V.Narsimhulu to address the gathering. I welcome you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon to Honorable Joint Secretary of the College, Syed sir, and other dignitaries. So already I have shared my remarks in the morning. Now in the valedictory session, so just now I have observing your interaction with Manish Shinde. So it is, I think, reverberating the seminar hall, right? You are such an active and enthusiastic. And certainly this session, okay, has fulfilled your dreams and aspirations. So certainly, I hope this IMechE association, professional body, will help you in all directions of your future endeavors. There is no doubt at all. I appreciate the mechanical department and data department once again for taking this initiation, and his team members, Syed Mehdi sir, and Madhukar, and Suman, and Nithin, and Simhana, Devi, all teachers have worked like anything, right? So I once again appreciate the students for your participation, active participation and interaction I have been observing, right? I thank once again the management also for providing the necessary infrastructure for making this program a grand success. Okay, I thank you, Ananda.
Now I would like to call upon our mechanical engineering student, Mr. Muntazib, for vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mohammad Khaja Muntajibuddin from Mechanical Final Year. On behalf of entire fraternity of Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology, I take this opportunity to purpose vote of thanks those who have contributed directly and indirectly for successful organization of this event. I express my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Syed Tanvir Ahmed, Joint Secretary of Lord's and Technology, for his unwavering support. I would also Garu for his enthusiastic support. I would like to thank Dr. Syed Azam Pasha Quadri Garu, Vice Principal and Head of Mechanical Engineering Department, for unflinching support. I would like to thank Mr. Ramavan Suman sir, Mr. Madhukar sir, Mr. Nawaz Mehdi sir, Mr. Nithin sir, Misbah sir, Sai Suman sir, and all the staffs and students of Mechanical Engineering Department for their constant efforts and enthusiastic involvement in organization of this event. My special thanks goes to Institute of Mechanical Engineers. Also, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude to Mr. Mahesh Sinde Garu, fellow seeing IMechE Automotive Division Chair, GM, Head Indoor Testing Motors, Pune, India. Mr. Manasi Mone Garu, Associate Member, IMechE West Zone Chair, DGM Indoor Testing Motors, Pune. And Mr. Mohammad Amin Sheikh, Associate Member of IMechE and Youth Member Chair, India. And I also thank IMechE India Branch, YM India Branch, and Automotive Division, India Technical Center. Thank you all once again.
Now may I request for the group photo? Now may I request all the staff members of Mechanical Engineering Department, please come for the group's photo. The faculties of Mechanical Engineering Department, please come forward for the group photo. I request all the students to maintain silence. Please maintain silence. I request all the students to please maintain the silence.
Hello? Please be silent.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
request.
Student organizing team.
Now I request Chairperson, Vice Chairman, Secretary, Joint Secretary, Treasurer of IMechE, please come forward, guys. And also student organizing team of this event, please come forward. Now I request Chairman, Vice Chairman, Secretary, Joint Secretary, Treasurer of IMechE chapter along with the organizing team, please come forward, students. Good.
ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಿತಿನ್ ಗಂತಿಲೆಲ್ಲೋ
Yeah. Oh my God.